Well, we're still expecting Ni Akinsoju. He's the chairman, Buhari Media Support Group. And just before we went on that break, he was speaking with Frank Shuaibu. He's a spokesperson, one of the spokesperson of the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party. But Ohimai Amaize is standing by to give us updates and trending issues on the social media. Good morning, Ohimai.
Good morning, Sally. Good morning, Shola. Good morning, Nigerians. Welcome to Kakaaki Social. I am Ohimai Amaize, your anchor on this segment. On this segment of the show, we spotlight the issues that shape conversations in the Nigerian social media. So let's take a look at what's trending this morning. My crowd is bigger than yours. That seems to be the big deal for 2019. The candidates are not really talking much about issues. Much of what we are seeing on social media is who is pulling the bigger crowd. Well, let's take a look at President Buhari's rally yesterday in Kano State. He was in Kano State yesterday for the APC presidential campaign rally, and his media aide, his new media aide actually, Bashir Ahmad, shared some footages with us from that event yesterday. Let's go straight now to Twitter, PNB in Kano. This hashtag was trending for the most part of yesterday, all through on Twitter. Let's take a look at what Bashir Ahmad tweeted. He fired off a tweet yesterday. "This is my own state, Kano. Widely stands still for President Buhari. We were his strong goat yesterday. We are his strong goat today, tomorrow, and next tomorrow." PNB in Kano, PNB 4+4. Let's take a look at this short video that was embedded in that tweet. Okay, and Twitter user Dawiso, who is the new media aide also to the governor of Kano State, Governor Umar Ganduje, shared this very interesting video with us. Oh my God, the crowd is massive. President Buhari with H.E. Ganduje on their way to the Emir's palace. They passed through Kofaroa underpass, but the crowd couldn't allow them to stop. Let's take a look again at this video.
A crowd
one down. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Okay, and then from Bobby Crystal, tweeting said, "You can't buy this kind of love with money. I know PNB only has one thing going on for him, integrity." From that Twitter user. And then we move on to see other comments yesterday. Femi Adegbulugbe tweeting said, "No one can become the president of Nigeria without the support of Kano State. Check the historical records. Therefore, this endorsement today by the people of Kano is significant." From that Twitter user, we saw that. And from Yomi Slim, "This is massive, but I can tell you we the Yorubas love Buhari more. Let him come to Lagos and see real love. Next level, straight." From Yomi Oye, tweeting at Yomi Slim. We saw that tweet. And then more reactions yesterday. Trotsky27, Temitope Trotsky, tweeting said, he said before he goes to Kano to campaign, they must have settled Ganduje's kickback-taking case. Have they settled it now? Which technology did they use to put money in Ganduje's pocket? Is Jafar lying? If he's lying, why is he not in jail for defaming a governor? From Trotsky27, we saw that tweet yesterday, wondering why the president, because the president has said during the candidates event with Kaderi Ahmed that he hopes that before his next trip to Kano, the issue of the governor's allegation of taking the dollar bribe would have been resolved. That's what that Twitter user was referring to. Oldman DY20 tweeting, Usman Idris tweeting said, "For the first time in the history of Kano Emirate, for an emir to stand up while speaking to President Buhari inside his palace on his throne. Do you know the reason that prompted the emir to do so? It's because of the integrity, honesty, sincerity, and fairness of PNB. Hashtag PNB in Kano." Emir Sanusi actually stood up yesterday to address the president. That's what that Twitter user was saying there. Owen Enwell tweeting said, "The same emir they labeled corrupt and wanted to remove. Anything for the votes will do." From Owen Enwell responding immediately to that tweet. And from a Twitter user, Ayobami Dondekojo tweeting said, "Today, Buhari endorsed corruption in Kano. This is the official end of the fight against corruption and Buhari's rumored integrity." At some point, of course, President Muhammadu Buhari raised the hand of Ganduje as the APC governorship candidate of Kano State. Let's take a look at this short clip that captures that moment. Okay, but immediately after President Buhari raised the hand of Ganduje and following the backlash that followed on Twitter, people asking that, why are you raising this guy's hand? And then immediately the presidency issued a statement. Garba Shehu in a statement yesterday said, Ganduje presumed innocent until proven guilty in a law court. Says Buhari actually was speaking for the president yesterday. But then a Twitter user has this to say, Mal Muhammad Mafashi tweeting at M_Malumfashi said, now Buhari has remembered that everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Ganduje will forever remain a moral burden on Buhari. From that Twitter user, we saw that Twitter. And then from Larry Olayinka responding, said, governors from Niger Republic in Kano today to attend Buhari's campaign rally. Now you know where the 1.9 million votes come from in 2015 and the 7 million votes promised by Ganduje will come from. Nigeria is now officially a huge joke under this APC government of Buhari. From Olayinka Lere yesterday reacting to news that came that some governors from Niger Republic were at that rally yesterday in Kano. John Danfulani also tweeting about that said, Buhari and Ganduje invited government officials of Niger Republic for their Kano rally. Is that not a violation of our electoral laws? Isn't that a case of collusion with foreigners to subvert the electoral decision of Nigerians? This is hyper nasty and scandalous to be real. From John Danfulani, we saw that tweet yesterday from Efalik Sumap tweeting said, when article comes, same people will also troop out to welcome him. They are jobless people. From Efalik Sumap, we saw that tweet. Yesterday was also the turn of the PDP to be in Delta State. The PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar was in Delta State yesterday, and a massive crowd was seen at the stadium that came to that rally. From Bukola Saraki tweeting, we saw this tweet. We just arrived in Delta State, the big heart of the nation, where our presidential and vice presidential candidates, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi, will be speaking about their plans for a better Nigeria. And let's take a look at more tweets from this issue yesterday that was trending. From Dada Banji tweeting said, at this rate, Atiku campaign rallies will give APC nightmares till February 16th, considering how the masses are turning out in large numbers to celebrate their incoming president. Just take a look at PDP Delta rally. Let's take a look at this short video.
Are you there? We are going to shut it down today. Please lower the banner. Now we got power. Lower the banner.
Okay, massive crowd yesterday in Delta State, and from the Sarakis we saw this tweet. This is not Kano, this is Delta. This is PDP Delta rally. Wow. Atiku is accepted all over Nigeria and he will be the president of all Nigerians. From that Twitter is, and then from Fine Face 4, we can all see the massive crowd in Delta, but not seeing PDP peeps shouting about crowd. Politics isn't about crowd, but policies. APC has a lot to learn from PDP Delta rally. Well, we saw that tweet yesterday. That hashtag was also trending side by side with the PMB in Kano hashtag yesterday. From Femi Ate, please sir, after Delta, let Atiku take a day off. This energy is too much. Let's not underestimate the value of rest. Just one day. It will help him to reboot, reset, and empowered to launch deeper. Thanks, a concerned citizen. Tweeting yesterday on the PDP Delta rally. And of course, the presidential campaign, the presidential race for 2019 is not only about the PDP and the APC. Third force candidate, Donald Duke of the SDP, the Social Democratic Party, was also trending on Twitter yesterday. This hashtag, Dear Donald Duke, was a hashtag that was used by some of his supporters to talk about his policies, his programs, and why he's best suited to be the next president. OK1D3 tweeting said, we need to stop making this election thing about APC, Buhari, and PDP Atiku. Donald Duke might be considered an underdog in this competition, but like Leicester City, he can shock Nigeria. Okay, from that Twitter is that we saw that from Maro the OG. He's young, he's patriotic, he's intelligent, he's committed, he's our dear Donald Duke. And then we saw more tweets yesterday on that hashtag, which was also officially trending on Twitter. LT Bam tweeted and said, so many people are tweeting dear Donald Duke. How many people here are really going to vote? Twitter votes don't count. Sure, we all know that. From LT Bam. And then from another Twitter user, we saw this tweet, Sam Debayo. Dear Donald Duke, just hold up right there. You see, two elephants are fighting right now. Don't bring your school status here. When they are done fighting, we will call you. Thanks, concerned Nigeria. Nigerians can be really mean on social media though. Sabiola PR tweeting said, you don't like Buhari, but because you think there are no alternatives, then you start supporting Atiku with your chest, leaving Donald Duke and the rest of them. Now they do ourselves. From that Twitter user. We move on quickly from this issue to Instagram, where we've seen this report yesterday on Instablog Niger. A customer got a slap from a mobile police officer attached to a UBA branch at Charity Bus Stop Abulegba, Lagos. That was yesterday, for daring to complain about the difficulties he was experiencing with withdrawing his money. According to eyewitnesses, the bank brought in the officer to get rid of the customer for raising his voice in the banking hall, but the overzealous policeman ended up dishing out numerous hot slaps. It was gathered that he even went to the extent of bringing out a knife to stab the customer. This happened in UBA, Lagos. Let's take a look at this short video and the comments that followed.
How can you slap your customer? For what?
Very bad. Slap and see the carry knife come outside. Slap and see the carry dagger come outside.
Why you slap yourself from us? Why? Boss, I've been calling you. Who are you? Who are you? You know what time to get from that? Transfer. It's over. There's nothing we do to transfer. It's over.
Yes, now.
A disturbing incident we saw yesterday that actually happened inside the banking hall of the UBA. Obolin 00307 posting on Instablog Niger yesterday said, "My Niger people, don't they wake up? I love the way they now stand up against oppression. That time is coming soon where we go join hands to shape our great country." From one day, see me, I have witnessed rich men shouting inside the bank. The manager usually comes down to beg. They don't send the mobile police. Very poorly handled, UBA. From Oya Orinde 01, what's mobile police doing in a bank if not the Niger system is not working yet? And then we move on quickly from that now to the issue of Deji Adeyanju, the activist who has been detained for, today makes it actually 49 days that Deji Adeyanju has spent in detention. His issue came up on Twitter again yesterday. Concerned Nigerians took to the social media calling for his release. We saw several tweets yesterday from Chioma Chuka. Yesterday tweeting said, "It's been 48 days since Deji Adeyanju was jailed. The courts have frustrated attempts by his friends and family to enforce his human rights because the powers that be are displeased with him. This is not who we are. We must condemn every appearance of tyranny. Free Deji Adeyanju." From Chioma Chuka, we saw that tweet. Luis Enda tweeting said, "Today is Adeyanju Deji. Tomorrow may be you. So don't keep quiet. Speak out. Tyranny must be called out. Fundamental human rights must be respected. Free Deji Adeyanju." And then yesterday also, a group of CSOs have asked the Legal Practitioners Privileges Council, LPPC, to withdraw Festus Keyamo's SAN rank over Deji Adeyanju's detention. Details from that release that was issued yesterday, quote, "It is obvious that Mr. Keyamo indeed has questions to answer on issues related to the illegal arrest and detention of Mr. Adeyanju. We therefore call on the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, to conduct investigations into the circumstance surrounding Mr. Keyamo's involvement in Mr. Adeyanju's illegal detention. We also call on the Legal Practitioners Privileges Committee and the Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee, respectively, to withdraw the rank of SAN conferred on Mr. Keyamo, as well as his license to practice law in Nigeria," end quote. A group of CSOs yesterday calling for Festus Keyamo to be sanctioned and for his SANship to be withdrawn from him, because Keyamo actually handled the murder case for which Deji is being detained again. 10 years ago, Deji Adeyanju was charged for murder. He was discharged and acquitted by Nigerian Court of Law, but again 10 years after, he's been arrested again and is in detention, and Festus Keyamo was his defense attorney that time. He hasn't said anything about this issue. He hasn't said a word, but he's also the spokesperson of President Muhammadu Buhari's re-election campaign. We move on quickly now to sports. Asisat Oshoala is taking a lot of accolades on social media. She's just made a move from her Chinese club, Dalian Quanjin, to Barcelona yesterday. The news broke on Twitter. She's actually on loan till the end of the season from a Chinese club to Barcelona. Let's take a look at how Nigerians were reacting to that yesterday. Big things, big stuff for her right there. Nigeria forward Asisat Oshoala has completed a loan move to Barcelona women until the end of the season. From BBC Sport yesterday, let's take a look at how some Nigerians reacted to that on Twitter last night when the news broke. From Godwin Enakena, Asisat Oshoala is just 24 years old and she has already played for Arsenal ladies, Liverpool ladies and now Barcelona ladies team. This is no mean feat, particularly coming from this continent. We are proud of you. From Godwin Enakena, we saw that tweet. And then again, from Twitter user Idafe Matthew Eseogene tweeting at Elegbete1. I think Nigeria have never seen a superstar female or even male footballer like Asisat Oshoala. Hate her or love her, there is something the entire football Africa needs to learn from her. How she managed to gather a functional management team behind her. Well done. That's from that Twitter user Asisat Oshoala, trending yesterday for making a move to Barcelona. Congratulations, Asisat Oshoala, for that big move. This is where we draw the curtain this morning on Kakaaki Social. Please follow the conversation on all our various social media platforms at Kakaaki Social on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Kakaaki Social. I am Ohima Amaize. Kakaaki Social returns Monday next week at 8 a.m. Handing over back now to Shola and Salamatu.
Whose crowd is larger, mine or yours? I don't know.
You saw it yourself, huh?
It reminds me of